Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. It is Christian here, and you're tuned in for more of my 2 cents. If you are new to the channel, then welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm happy to have you here today. And if you are a returning 2 center, thank you so much for tuning in for another video. Today, we're going to be doing a personal development topic. I just feel like this is a great topic to discuss because I am seeing like so much on social media and in my own, personal circles, socially, professionally, um, that just has me constantly like encouraging people, like telling them about their own, you know, potential and their strengths. And it's crazy because to me, I just turned 35 in March and I'm like, oh my goodness, people don't have confidence. Like, this is a real thing. People really don't have confidence. And that's the video that I'll do for another day, talking about like how to have confidence and some of the foundational reasons why a lot of adults don't have it, like why a lot of people lack confidence. And it's a whole, oh my goodness, it's a whole thing. If y'all thought my deep dive on the toxicity of the Black church culture was a deep dive, talking about self-confidence, especially in, the African American community, is a really, really big issue because we've been taught to have like this humbleness about ourselves, like to never really brag or take pride in anything that we do. Everything that we've done or have been taught to do is like give that credit to someone else, give it to God, or, like kill your flesh and all these other things. There's just so much that goes into it. But I won't get into that today. I want to skin the cat and bring some perspective based off of what I've been experiencing with like some peers of mine and how I've had to like really help people to just redirect their attention to their own value. And it's, so unfortunate that with people who have had such huge success and accomplishments, um, and have really changed the trajectory of their lives as well as their families' lives for generations to come, they're literally wallowing in the perception of other people about them. And they're literally almost like being held hostage by what other people think about what they've been able to do in their own lives. And I just think that that is just, it's horrible. It's a very horrible position to be in. And it's a very, unfortunate mindset to have, but you have to do the inner workings to get away from it. And so I'm going to be definitely pinpointing and discussing the anybody but you mindset, the anybody but you. Like, anybody else can have it, anybody else can be doing it, anybody else can achieve it or go after it or attain it, or experience it but you. And why is that, and how do you get to thinking like that about yourself? But furthermore, how or why are you surrounded by people who feel like that about you? It can be anyone else but you. And baby, I got experiences. So y'all know I'm going to be sharing some stories in this video. So settle in so we can get into the conversation. First, the 3 points that matter most before we start any discussion. Number one, you're not alone. Number two, you're not crazy. Number three, God, your creator, still loves you, and I do too. So let's go. Um, the the main point that definitely drives, and it's going to be like a driving force in this whole conversation, is about your gifts, your calling, your skill. If these are things, if there's something that you're good at doing, if you have a gift or you have knowledge and you have like something about you that you can do easily, effortlessly, with so much passion, that is a gift, right? That is a skill. You know your calling and you're able to flow in it very well and unapologetically when you're doing it to the best of your ability. But it's like when you are in the space of some people who don't know their gift or don't know their skill and don't operate in a calling, it's easier for them to project. And it's common for those kind of people to project onto other people that what they're doing isn't that big of a deal, right? And it's that anybody but you syndrome. It's that anybody but you attitude that really can kill the drive and the passion of a person who really does have something great about them that others should be inspired by. And I think about it from the perspective of people that I know who have had, you know, great skills, great minds, great promise in their futures, their careers, and even their family. And they literally pretty much got stuck. They got stuck because they didn't have any support. They didn't have any, anyone championing their ideas and their vision. And you have to learn to champion your own dreams. You have to learn to champion your own vision and your own ideas first because they're yours. Like before I could share my vision or my dream of having a business that other people could support, I had to dream it first. I had to believe in it first. I had to see what it could be before I could share with other people because that's the next step to getting to what my ultimate dream is for it. I couldn't ask someone for permission to dream and have a vision. I had to champion it within and talk myself into it and motivate myself and take in things that would inspire me and give me the motivation and the encouragement to pursue it. And I think that a lot of people make the mistake of trying to get other people to sign off on their vision. And that's not how this works in life. It just doesn't. Like a baby doesn't ask for permission to walk, right? A baby doesn't ask for permission to talk, they just do it. And a fish doesn't ask for permission to swim. A bird doesn't ask for permission to fly. They're just doing these things. And as humans, we have to get out of feeling as if though everybody else can do it but me, or surrounding ourselves around people who want everybody else to be doing it but you, because it makes them feel better about what they're A, not doing, or B, they don't believe you should be doing. And it's just not fair to yourself to have suspended and arrested development because of someone else's um, if you will, twisted mindset, and it's not your fault. So I definitely believe that when people don't receive your gifts or give you credit for what you've done or you've accomplished, and I'm not just talking about any old people saying it, right? I'm talking about people that you would expect to say it. When those people don't, and you know that it is intentional, they intentionally tell you about other people's things, they intentionally bring up other people's successes or growth or accomplishments or achievements, and they never say anything to you about yours, and they're in your life personally. That is intentional, and you have to make an intentional decision to remove yourself or to um, decrease access to you, decrease the access that they have to you, so that you can then go and be surrounded by people and in environments that celebrate you. And even if that's amongst complete strangers, if that's amongst people you have to build a whole new community with and a whole new network, do so. And do so unapologetically because that is for your own good. It's not about what you believe other people will feel if you do something for your own well being. It's about how you feel and you caring enough about your future and your well being in the present and in the future to remove yourself, to extract yourself from that so that you can truly bloom and flourish. And I think that a lot of people cut themselves off just to continue to exist in other people's space. And I, for one, am not interested in squeezing myself into a box when Lord knows I was made to just exist in a whole museum. Like, I am out here doing amazing things. What are we talking about? Like, how can you expect me to constrict when I was made to literally expand? Every day, we all are made to expand. That is the purpose of our existence, to have desires and to see them come to pass, to actually have those desires fulfilled. And especially if they're wholesome, good, valuable, like true good desires, not tainted, not toxic, evil or harmful desires. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the kind that allows you to be a good person, a full person, fulfilled and happy and thriving, where you can then, pour out onto other people that same energy, that same manner of life and those same experiences. I think about it in the terms of with my children. I've said this several times to other people and to my husband. I said, our children's lives will be as good as our lives are. They just will be. Some of the things that I didn't experience as a child was because my mother hadn't experienced them. I could not experience something under her care and her guardianship that she herself wasn't experiencing. If she wasn't experiencing overflow and abundance and finances and, like increase, exponential growth or whatever, I wasn't going to experience it because who was going to be the person to expose me to it? My life was as good as her life was. If she had enough, I had enough, right? If she had what we needed to have, clothes, food, shelter, I had clothes, food, shelter. If she had it to where we can have a little bit more extra and, go out to the mall and eat out and all that, we did it. And it's the same thing now with me as a mom. I can see that the experiences, the places, the travel, the eating out, the expectations, that is based off of my life being of a certain standard. And when I think about our lives overall in relationships and, how we engage with other people, if our lives are happy and we're genuinely like passionate about sharing those experiences with other people around us, people are going to naturally experience them through us. And that's just what this is. And you have to understand that no one else deserves it more than you. You just have to believe that you deserve it too. It's just that simple. No one else deserves anything more than you. You just have to believe that you deserve it too. Sit in that. Remember that. You're not in competition with anyone for anything, for any reason, for we're all here to do something different and to play our part in the movie and in the roles that we've chose for our own lives. So it's not about this person took my place or this person is in my space or this person wants this from me or they're waiting for me to fall off or to, no longer have whatever. Like, no, go get yours. Go do yours. Go be about yours. Go pursue yours because that's for you. Your path is your own. And for those coming behind you, you may be able to help them get ahead faster than you were able to. You may be able to give them resources based off of the connections and relationships you've built and be a good look out for them or a referral or a voice of reason, wisdom, knowledge, information, like all of these things tie in where it's not supposed to be a mindset of everyone else but you. It's supposed to be you too. Okay? You too. Not you too, me too, but it's going to be you too. Okay? All right. So I encourage you definitely to believe in yourself, surround yourself with like minded individuals, and don't allow the perception of others to dictate your growth. You cannot do that. I am constantly, reminded often. I'm not going to say constantly, but I'm often reminded when I'm consulting with some of my clients for branding and product development and things like that. I have to remind them, and I share the story. I have to remind them of what their desires are. You desire to create something that other people have to support. You cannot afford to want to keep things a secret. You can't. You just can't. You can't afford to care about who knows you and what they're going to think about you as you move forward and go out there and you become a public individual figure or brand. You can't care. You have to be able to ball up their perception, and throw it in the trash. Just throw it in the trash. Shout out to T-Pain. Okay? Just throw it in the trash in the dream. You can't be out here caring. Those push shackles, the perception of other people is literally invisible shackles. They're able to latch on to you in your mind, in your heart, and like keep you from making any movement. They're not doing anything physically, like in the literal sense, but when you give people that power to consider their feelings or their perception of what you're doing, you have then become like in bondage to that. You can no longer do that. As I was saying, I share the story of how I blocked every single person before my company had a national TV feature. In 2020, my company was featured on Good Morning America. And y'all, we had just hit our 1 year anniversary in business in May of 2020, and then by June of 2020 we were featured on Good Morning America, and I knew we were going to be featured on Good Morning America in May. I told my mom, I told my siblings, I told a few people. I told a few people, just a very few people, that we were going to have the feature on Good Morning America. And before that feature happened, I went through my Facebook and I deleted and blocked everybody I went to church with, folks I went to high school with, old coworkers. No one had done anything to me physically, but I knew that the perception that people either A had had about me from my past jobs or school or church or whatever back home in Indiana, I no longer wanted those people to have access to me as I was preparing to elevate. And some people will say, well, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. You're just being petty. No, I wasn't being petty. I was unloading. I was literally dropping weight because I knew that the level I was getting ready to be elevated to, like as a personal, not a personal, but a public figure, as a national brand, I was going to have to do some reworking because people who have had you in a certain box for a long time, they're still thinking about you in that way. And now I needed to create a new version of me for the rest of the world. What you had access to, I'm no longer that person. I'm not the little girl that used to have, the lace socks on and the patent leather shoes and the big puffy dresses and the banana curls. That's not me. That's not me, sister so and so. I even had somebody from church, and I think I've mentioned before, inboxed my business page. I deleted and blocked her. She was from my church back home. She was one of the ones that got deleted and blocked, respectfully. She messaged my business Facebook page asking, did she get deleted? And I said, yes. Like, I deleted you. She asked why. And I told her, I just decided to clean up my friends list. I don't engage with anyone. I just remove people that I don't engage with and it doesn't engage in my content. And I just wanted to have a fresh start. And I don't remember what she said or anything like that. I think she just, she started saying encouraging things like, you're my prayers and whatever. And I just look forward to the updates. So, and I'm like, what updates are you looking forward to? Now, by this time, we had announced that we were going to be on Good Morning America on our business profile because they ask you not to say anything more than 48 hours before the sale, right? Before the feature. And so we had already posted it by this time on Facebook. And so popping up out the woodworks, of course. And that's when you want to start clicking around my page. So you realize you got deleted or blocked when you clearly searched for me. But you weren't searching for me. You weren't looking for me or supporting the business last year when it was in existence. And now that there's a national television feature involved and people are about to find out about my business all around the world, you're interested in tapping in and encouraging me and supporting. Like, go away from me with this Apollo. No, not today, not on my top. You will not play on my top. You're not going to play with me like that. And so that was the distance. That was the disassociation with the perception of other people, but also the decreasing of access. I can revoke access to me so that your perception no longer has even a subconscious effect on me. I don't care if you saw it or didn't see it before, but now I for damn sure don't want you to see it. And if you do see it, go create a profile picture to find out. But as you grow, you have to be willing to remove other people from whatever place they're in your life so that their perception of you as you're growing does not affect your ability to continue to thrive, because you'll start thinking, oh, what are they going to think about this? And what if I'm associated with this person and this happens? I've had partnerships and collaborations with companies that are, a part of the LGBTQ plus community. I've had partnerships with people that would be considered worldly, uh, and collaborations. I don't care because that's not my life. What you remember of me back home is not my business. This is my life now. This is who I am now. And so you can either stare in awe or you can actually stare in a distance where I don't see you standing, but that's not my part. That's not my business because I understand that people would be okay with it being anyone else but you. You just have to help them remember, oh no, baby, it's me too. It's not anyone else but me. It's me too. I get to do this. I get to have this. I deserve this. I'm okay with this. I am enjoying this. I am enjoying this. Yes, I've had people to, you know, talk to me about other people from back home doing all of these things, right? Whether they're rappers, they're singers, they're, movie directors, other business owners. Um, that are doing great things in the CPG industry as well. And they'll go all around town in the conversation with me, but never one time say anything to me. I'm okay with that. They'll never say anything, give me accolades, talk about the accomplishments. Oh my goodness, girl, I saw where you were here and you were featured there and this happened here. Girl, how does it feel? They don't ask those questions because it should be anyone else but you. Anyone else I can stack up against you, the better. I don't want to give you your props. I don't want to tell you that I see what you're doing and that you're doing great and I'm proud of you. They don't want to do that. They don't know how to muster up those words because for them to do that with you would make them feel as if though you all are no longer on the same level when it's already very obvious that you aren't. It can be in your career, it can be in your family life, it can be in your marriage, it can be in your parenting. People simply would rather it be anyone else but you. But you have to remind yourself, oh no, I deserve this too. I deserve it too. Don't allow people to make someone else your competition. Don't allow someone else to make people your competition. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Mm-mm. No, like I just said, telling other people, telling you about someone else's business or success or growth is intended to make you feel some kind of way. It's intended to make you feel bad or feel like, oh no, I haven't accomplished as much, or oh no, they're doing better than me, or oh no, I'm not, no, 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 no. They're not your problem. If Sally has a business, I am proud of Sally. Girl, you better make $1 million. I don't care. You're not going to get a negative response out of me. You're not going to get me to say anything negative about them or what they're doing. I am going to say great things. I am going to be encouraging. I'm going to make you mad with all the nice things I'm going to say about that person because I'm not doing it. Because guess what I've learned? I don't want nobody else to do to me what you expect me to do with you on this phone. If you're telling me something about someone else's life, marriage, family, business, whatever, I am going to say the nicest, most encouraging thing I possibly can because I know and I understand that if given the opportunity, you would do the same thing to me with someone else. And maybe that person you're talking to wouldn't be as mature or mentally stable or respectful or logical to say, "Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love Christian. I love this. Oh my god, I just bought some of that." You may get the response you're looking for with someone else concerning me, but you'll never get the response from me concerning someone else. I am always going to make sure that I am above board with giving people the respect and honor they deserve because I too want the same thing. I am a product of my name being mentioned in rooms that I had no idea of. I've seen it time and again. I've had it happen time and again where we've been referred and spoken of by people, contributors, writers, um, columnists, col- uh, eh, all kinds of things, editors, buyers. I've had that favor, and I want to extend that same favor. So don't let other people make someone your competition. That's not your competition because guess what? If one day those people come to you or that person comes to you and say, I would love to support or I would love to do this with you, how can you with a clear conscience be like, "Ooh, dang, I hope such and such don't never tell them what I said that day." Like you should only hope that doesn't happen. You should only hope that doesn't happen. Keep yourself on the up and up by not giving in to the negativity or the energy that other people want you to put into other people's growth, other people's well-being. Have nothing negative to say and only say what you don't mind repeating. But don't let someone make other people your competition. Doesn't exist, especially if y'all ain't in the same space. It really doesn't make sense. If you are a writer and someone else is a personal chef, why in the world would someone, how could someone make a personal chef your competition? It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. And the more you grow and you learn, you'll be okay with whatever you hear, whatever you find out, whatever you see concerning or pertaining to someone else. You'll be okay because you will realize it's not it's not a I'd rather it uh be anybody else but me. I'm grateful that it's me and them. That it's me too. They are winning, I'm winning. They're winning, I'm winning. How can we win together? How can we do this together? That's what will confuse the people that will try to make it anybody else but you. They'll be confused when they see you with those people too. Cause see, I know that you already think or want me to think these people are above me, but what about when I start rocking with them? What about when we start collaborating and doing things together? It gets silent because they weren't expecting that response. But what you thought you were, the seeds you thought you were planting, baby, I did not water them. They did not grow. Okay. Now we growing something else over here, but that ain't gonna grow over here in your field. I'm not finna water any seeds I don't want to have to reap. No, ma'am. No, sirs. No, ma'am. No, sirs. So remembering and understanding my next point here, that someone else's failure to launch is not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility. If someone didn't grow, if someone didn't take the opportunity, or if they didn't, um, thrive, become what they wanted to be, if they've had any kind of stagnation or stunted, growth in an area, that's not your responsibility. If someone didn't take, the next steps or the action, remove themselves, move on, leave, step up, that's not your responsibility. It's just not. I know people who felt like or feel like they should have more or be further along than I am because of the lifestyle they had. They had access to more. They were raised in a two-parent household. They went to, some of the most prestigious universities and colleges and whatever, and have degrees and all of these other things, right? But then on the flip side, ta-da, I'm here. That's not my problem. What you wanted clearly wasn't what I wanted. What I want is clearly not what you want. What I did to get to where I am is not the work that you planned or executed on for yourself. But your failure to launch is not my responsibility. And it goes this way even with parents, even with people from older generations. There are people from older generations that will be envious or jealous or resentful of your success and your growth in life because they failed to do what they needed to do in their own life. And then that becomes a projection on you, and it's not fair, and it's not cool, and it's not right. So do what's best for you. Always do what's best for you. Understand that what someone else didn't do or what someone else is not doing is not your business. It's not for you to figure out. It's not for you to hold their hand and walk them through. Now, at any point that they, come to you and need advice or need wisdom or guidance or something, however you feel and you discern that you can be of assistance to help them, that's fine. Do it well within your means to not overstretch yourself, you know, but understand that whatever someone else does or doesn't do in their life is not a reflection on you in your life. And when you are surrounded, or if you're surrounded by people who are okay with it being anybody but you need to remove yourself respectfully, immediately. Not praying and seeking God on what you should do or when you should move or leave or how you should go or how you should address it. Sometimes saying nothing is everything. Sometimes not explaining yourself is all the information they need. Sometimes ghosting able-bodied, mentally stable adults is exactly what some folks need to be ghosted. It ain't no more meetings. It ain't no more talking to you. It ain't no more, ignoring you, ignoring your sly comments, overlooking it, and just still kikiing. We're not going to continue to be friends. You're going to look up one day and my phone number is going to be changed. Or you're going to call me and it's just going to ring, which means you've been blocked. You choose whichever the option. But always do what's best for you. That's all you can do. Because it's not about it being someone else, anyone else but me. It's about everybody around you understanding that it deserves to be you too. And them too. And them too. And them too. And her too. And him too. Everybody too. But no one else deserves it more than you. You deserve it too. Okay, all right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, go ahead, like it, subscribe to the channel. I would love to add you to my 2 cents crew. Let's drop down in the comment section and keep the conversation going. I believe that personal development is a big thing. I truly enjoy having discussions on topics like this because these are conversations that I didn't grow up really hearing. And even having as a young adult, like a lot of my peers, like in my early 20s, we didn't discuss these kind of things. We were just all church focused, and we never really talked about how to increase our own value and self-worth. We weren't even really self-aware. We were just God crazy. But now existing in this world and understanding who I am and what my true purpose is, I want to engage in more thought-provoking conversation that allows us to all look internally and do the work so that we can be better people to each other and not bleed on other people, especially people that didn't cut you, that didn't hurt you, but like doing the process to heal and to be logical and to be real, even when it hurts. And even when we have to say, dang, I am like that. Dang, that is me. I do got to do better. We do. It's not, to place blame or fault, but it's about like being aware and changing the behavior. Um, and understanding that you don't do anyone a service or any good when you're negative or when you're not a pleasure to be around. People's relationship with you will only be as good as your relationship is with yourself. So if you're a happy person and you're enjoying and loving your life, people will love to be around you and they'll be glad to see you coming instead of happy to see you go. Okay? All right. Oh my God. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. I can't wait to catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.